Clay, where'd you grow up and what was your childhood like?
Well, Marco, I was born in California, but I claim that I am a native of the OC, Orem City, Utah. So I'd like to throw in the California there, not because I'm, not proud of my Utah heritage, but just that might explain why I root for certain Los Angeles-based sports teams, and I don't want.
Dodgers, right?
Yeah, I mean, I again, it's probably I think kind of how it works in my family is you start naturally cheering for LA-based places, and if you start living somewhere long enough, then you adopt those teams. So for baseball, I believe I'm a bit of a more of a Kansas City Royals guy because of I happened to be there when they won the World Series because they're good about once every 30 years. So they won, I believe it was in 1985, they won the World Series, and then they won again in 2015 when I was there practicing. So, but no, grew up in Orem, Utah. Really liked my childhood. I am the second of four siblings. My dad is a BYU professor, so I don't know. My childhood was good overall. Didn't get in too much trouble, and studied in school and nerded around with friends, and now we're here. So,
Why did you decide to become a divorce attorney?
I got into family law when I was interviewing in law school for a judicial clerkship. And I wanted the clerkship, and when the presiding judge of the 7th Judicial District in Kansas asked me if I had interest in family law, I said yes. Even though I had never done any family law. To be fair, I had just been a first-year law student, so nobody had family law experience. But so I got assigned to family law judges, which meant I met family law attorneys and had family law experience, and that's what I did. And so, it's kind of, that's what was my skill set, but I've kept doing it because this is a really crappy process for a lot of people. And, as I tell people, I am not a trip to Disneyland when you see me professionally. There are much better things to do. I'm going to try to make it as fun as possible, but ultimately, it's still a divorce. But I get a lot of satisfaction out of helping people through the most difficult process of their life and being able to help people get through that crappy storm so they can, find healing and peace on the other side.
And why did you decide to focus exclusively on family law?
It's just I was good at it, and I just didn't like when I had to do other things. And so do what you like and do what you love, so that's what I do.
Why did you decide to work at Brown Family Law?
Well, I decided to work at Brown Family Law because Marco Brown hired me. No, but I've been with multiple firms before, but I've stayed here the longest because I believe that I am doing the most good for not only myself and my family, but for other people, and that I just feel like this is the best way to practice law, and I'm helping the most people by being here, and I just feel we do it the right way and better than anybody else, and so that's where I want to be.
What's the best part about being a lawyer here at Brown Family Law?
I think the best part about being a lawyer here at Brown Family Law is just the people that we work with, not just the attorneys here in the office, but the other attorneys around the state, the mediators. When I started here, I wasn't as well known, hadn't been out for as long, but there was a little bit of a cachet of, oh, you're working with Marco, and and now that I kind of have my own history, and people can judge me by that, but just I think that working here, people respect Marco Brown and what he's done, and the attorneys here, and I get to reap that benefit.
Tell us about your family for a second.
So I have been married now for 11 years. I have a beautiful wife.
An anniversary, right?
Yep, my anniversary was this past weekend. So we have my beautiful wife Morgan. She stays at home with the kids. We met at BYU, and then like any new bride's dream, after about a year when we met and then probably started dating within about a month or two, and then got married about a year after we met. we moved to Kansas because that's where I went to law school at the University of Kansas, and we lived there throughout law school and practiced there for a few years, and then moved back to Utah. But she stays at home with our 3 beautiful children. I have my oldest, his name is Bennett. He's about 6.5, just finished kindergarten. And then my second child, Harris, who's 4 and loves all things Avengers. And then we have a new baby girl named Reagan, who's about 6 months old.
What do you like to do in your free time?
In my free time, reality in my free time, what I do is I make up for being at work and being a good dad. But my personal hobby and my passion interest is Star Wars. I love Star Wars. You know, if you're watching this and you say, hey, I probably like Star Wars more than Clay, then you probably need to be checked out for, a mental condition or, some sort of, deficiency in some way, shape, or form, because it's probably not healthy if you like it more than me. I love it all, and, watch the movies, I play the video games, I read the books, I read the comics. I'm a total drinker in the Kool-Aid.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food, I'm a fatty, so I love cheeseburgers and I love onion rings. I just got a smoker recently because you hit that point when you're a dad, you either get really into like history or you really get into meat smoking. And I was a history undergrad, so it was kind of like, well, I already kind of got that, so I got to get into meat smoking. So I have been, I've been delving into that and really, really enjoying it. And I am nervous because I'm going to do my first brisket this weekend, and I am just absolutely terrified that I'm going to ruin it. But I've been enjoying that, that barbecue component as well.
What's your favorite place to visit?
I really like Disneyland. Not just because I even liked it before Disney bought Star Wars, but now ever since Galaxy's Edge, I know it's an arm and a leg, but I've got some family connections that makes it a little bit easier to go at times. But I love going to Disneyland.
What's your favorite movie or TV show?
My favorite movie is Star Wars Episode 5: The Empire Strikes Back. And if we have another half hour, I can then rank all other subsequent Star Wars media projects, but I don't think we have that time.
What makes you a good attorney, Clay?
What makes me a good attorney is that I am very communicative and I follow through very promptly with what I say I'm going to do, and I take the big approach in the large picture approach, and I will do things that will ultimately benefit you in the long run, and that I do have your best interest at heart. And I can understand that sometimes that there are things that I frequently tell clients, hey, it doesn't make sense to spend thousands to save hundreds, and so I really am looking out for what's best for you. And I have frank conversations with clients that, yeah, I think we can prevail on this, but this is the downside of going to trial, and is that going to be better for your life overall? And so I do want what's best for my clients in the long term and what's going to benefit their life. And I've helped lots of people along this process, and I have a really good idea what's going to happen and what we need to do to help people move along.